Good day, Mrs. Romana Malinan, and to all the viewers out there. My name is Riza Alin Ramirez from Rizal, and I am here to present my recitation number 1 and number 2. So the first topic that we're going to tackle is how to find the general equation of a circle. Well, first of all, let us refresh our minds with the meaning of the circle. So, circle is the set of all points, P, quantity of x and y, in the plane which has a fixed distance, r, from a fixed point, C, quantity of h, k, where point C is called the center, and r is the radius of the given circle. The use of the equation of the circle is established throughout the coordinate geometric problems. Now, of course, we need an equation to find the general equation of the circle. So we've got two forms, the standard form and the general form. Now here's a given problem for me that we are going to solve. The center is 4 and 6 while the radius is 7. So I'm going to show you how to solve this given problem, and let's get right into the video.
Okay, so now we are here to determine the general equation of the circle given the center and the radius. So first of all, we must know the two forms of the circle. We have the standard form and the general form of the circle. By solving this, or by getting the general equation of the circle, we must first use the standard form equation. Then we must convert it to the general form. Now let us start to solve this given problem. Okay, so let us first copy the equation of the standard form. So we have x minus h squared plus the quantity of y minus k squared equals radius squared. Okay, so we must remember the value of h is equal to 4, while the value of k is equal to 6. So, and of course, the radius is equal to 7. Now let us substitute by their corresponding values. So, x minus h is equal to 4, so x minus 4 squared plus y minus k is equal to 6, so replace it to 6 squared equals to 7 squared. Now, 7 squared is equal to 49. So let us write it. Now we are done with our standard form. By continuing this, we must FOIL these two terms. Now let us first FOIL this term. Now we have x squared minus 8x plus 16. Now that is the FOIL version of this term right here. Now we have to FOIL this term as well. So this will be positive y squared minus 12y plus 36, and copy equals 49. So now we have all the terms needed to form or to complete the general form. What we must do is to organize these terms in order to get or complete the general form. So first is the x squared. We must put x squared. Second is the y squared. Then the x term. So we have 8x minus 8x. Then finally, the left numbers, 16 and 36. Now, as you can see, we must make sure that there's no number at the right side of the equal symbol. So what we must do is we must transfer this 49, or the radius, to the left side of the equal sign. And we have a term, once you put or transfer a number to pass through the equal sign, the symbol will become the opposite. So we have positive 49. Once we pass it through the equal sign, it will become negative 49. Then the equal, put 0. Now to finalize, we must solve these three given numbers. Copy this, x squared plus y squared minus 8x minus 12y. Okay, so 16 plus 36 is 52. Minus 49 is positive 3, then equal to 0. Therefore, the general equation of the circle with the center 4 and 6 and radius 7 is x squared plus y squared minus 8x minus 12y plus 3 equals to 0.
Okay, so now we have tackled about the first topic, is the general equation of the circle. Now let us move on to recitation number 2. The distance formula. Now let us find out what is the distance formula. It is an equation that can be used to find the distance between any pair of points on the coordinate plane. Now here's the given problem to me. We have quantity of negative 7 and negative point. Now here's the given problem to me. We have point, negative 7, negative 4, and negative 8 and negative 5. And again, what are we waiting for? Come on and let's solve the problem.
Okay, so now we are going to tackle about the distance formula. Now first of all, we must know about the equation. So we have d is equal to the square root of the quantity of x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. And we have our given points, negative 7 and negative 4, and we have also negative 8 and negative 5. Now before we proceed in solving this given problem, we must know the equivalent of this x exponent and the y exponents. So let us start with x sub 1. X sub 1 is equal to negative 7. X sub 2 is equal to negative 8. Now for y sub 1 is equal to negative 4. And finally, y sub 2 is equal to negative 5. Okay, so now we can proceed to solving this problem. Now let's begin by copying the equation or the formula. So we have d is equal to the square root of quantity of x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. Then all we have to do is to substitute their corresponding values. So we have x sub 2, it is equal to negative 8. So negative 8 minus x sub 1 is equal to negative 7. So we have negative 7. Y sub 2 is negative 5 minus y sub 1 is negative 4. Don't forget the square. Now as you can see, we both have negative signs, so what we're going to do is negative 7 times negative, it will be equal to positive 7. So negative 8 plus 7 squared. Now here it's the same, negative 4 times negative, it will become positive 4. So plus 4 squared. So negative 8 plus 7 is equal to negative 1. The same with this, negative 5 plus 4 is also equal to negative 1. Negative 1 squared plus negative 1 squared. Now negative 1 squared, it is equal to 1. The same with this. So 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Therefore, the distance between the points negative 7, negative 4, and negative 8, negative 5 is equal to square root of 2.
Okay, so now that we have done solving distance formula, let us move on to the third topic. We have the midpoint formula. So midpoint formula is a formula that can be used to find the coordinates of the midpoint of a line segment on the coordinate plane. And again, the given problem is point negative 7, negative 4, and negative 8 and negative 5. So let us jump right in to the video and solve this problem so that we can find the midpoint formula.
Okay, so now finally we're here to discuss about the midpoint formula. Now we're going to use this equation to find the midpoint formula, where m is equal to x sub 1 plus x sub 2 divided by 2 and y sub 1 plus y sub 2 divided by 2 or over 2. And we have our given here, where the first point has a coordinate of negative 7 and negative 4, while the second point has a coordinate of negative 8 and negative 5. So what we must do is to find the coordinates of the midpoint of the segment whose endpoints are of the given. So let us start solving this given problem. First, let us copy the equation. M is equal to x sub 1 plus x sub 2 divided by 2, y sub 1 plus y sub 2 divided by 2. Now again, we have to find the equivalent of the x and y exponents. So just like the given from the distance formula, we all have the same equivalent. x sub 1 is equal to negative 7, x sub 2 is equal to negative 4. Y sub 1 is equal to negative 4, y sub 2 is equal negative 5. My bad. X sub 2 is equal to negative 8. And now let's move on to substitute their corresponding value. So x sub 1 is negative 7 plus negative 8 over 2, negative 4 plus negative 5 over 2. So let's proceed. Negative 7. So negative 8 times positive, it is equal to negative. So we will put minus 8 over 2. Again, negative 5 times positive, it will be minus 5. Or the sign is negative over 2. Negative 7 minus 8 is negative 15. So let us write negative 15 divided by 2. Now negative 4 minus 5 is equal to negative 9. So negative 9 over 2. Now we're going to divide negative 15 to 2, and that will be equal to negative 7.5. While negative 9 divided by 2 is equal to negative 4.5. Therefore, the coordinates of the midpoint of the segment whose endpoints are negative 7, negative 4, and negative 8, negative 5 is equal to negative 7.5 and negative 4.5. Alright, so now I have already sketched the graph, and now we're just going to plot the points to the graph to their corresponding places. So the given is A and B, and M is equivalent for the midpoint. Now it says here negative 7 and negative 4. So here's negative 7 down to negative 4. B is negative 8 and negative 5. Here's negative 8 down to negative 5. So make sure to label. And finally, the midpoint is negative 7.5 and negative 4.5. So here's negative 7.5 down to negative 4.5. There we go. Okay, so now we have successfully found the midpoint or the coordinates of the midpoint of the segment whose endpoints are the given.
Okay, so now we are done with our recitation, and I hope you liked it and at least understand my presentation or my explanation, and I wish everyone to stay safe at all times. Bye!